Okay, Fox Network, I gave you a second chance and you actually did not mess that up. Okay? Good. That was good. I was actually able to watch The Masked Dancer from beginning to end last night. And I actually stayed in my folks' place longer than normal to make sure that what I was experiencing at home wasn't happening at their place. And sure enough, they were perfectly fine. Nothing bad happened. I wonder if my message a week ago got to them. I don't know. But, yes. Yesterday I got to visit my folks last night, and that was pretty much the high for my day. My low, on the other hand, I don't really know what I would consider my low, actually. It's difficult for me to pin down because nothing particularly bad happened, but at the same time, like, well, I mean, it was really cold out yesterday. That was pretty. That can be considered pretty bad. And you know what? Nothing bad really happened yesterday. I'll just say it was really cold off of my low. I mean, it was, but I can't think of anything that was so horrifyingly bad that's worth, complaining over. Let's see, my high. All right, I already told you my high. My high was I visited my folks last night and I was able to watch The Masked Dancer for once, which I will be talking about my thoughts on it because it was a Super 6 last night. And my act of kindness, actually my act of kindness was when I got to see him today, I actually beat them home. I noticed that their dishwasher was loaded with like all kinds of dirty dishes, so I put them all away for him. And I also cleaned up some of the dishes that my mother had left in the sink. Although it was actually kind of funny. Actually, hold on. Good morning, happy Thursday, everyone. It was actually kind of funny because one of the dishes that my mom had in the sink was a baking sheet. One of those giant baking sheets. Pretty much everyone in their house has them. And there's actually a cupboard inside our kitchen where they go. I know where they all go. But here's the thing. And my mom's wrist isn't really doing so well. Like, she had that one surgery for, like, her thumb or something. Not carpal tunnel surgery, but something else. And on top of that, she's also not very tall. I mean, I think she's like, I want to say she's 5'7", but don't quote me on that. And she puts her baking dishes on top of because in her kitchen there's like a double stove or double oven, like one oven on top and one oven on the bottom. And there's a cupboard on top of the top oven. So, and that's where she puts a lot of baking dishes in there, like baking sheets, a few pots up there, like really big soup pots. Her muffin tins are up there. Yeah, so I actually put everything away, or everything I could put away. And she walks in as I'm watching TV with my father and like, where's the baking sheet I had? I'm like, baking sheet? I'm like, yeah, baking sheet. I'm like, you mean the one that was in the sink and it was all dirty from last night? She's like, yeah, I put it away. Can you point out to me where it is? I want to use it again. So, being the super tall guy that I am, I had to reach up to where I put that baking sheet, and I was able to give it to her. So, I mean, technically, that's not the first time that anyone has ever actually saw me in terms of how tall I am. Been like, sir, can you reach that for me, please? I'm like, don't get me wrong, I really like to do that. Because, I mean, I actually sort of have talked about this in the past. But I don't really have the greatest opinion of myself. I kind of do suffer from some self-esteem issues. And one of those issues involves the fact that, like, if I'm standing next to someone who is about as tall as I am, like, I immediately feel like I'm the shorter one, even though that may not actually be the case. I mean, some people it's fairly obvious that I'm taller than, like, my mom for the most part, yeah. But actually, I take that back. Even with my mom sometimes I feel kind of small. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know it's all in my head and, you know, there really is nothing for me to particularly be worried about that moment in time. But I don't know, I just sort of feel like if I'm with someone who's close to being my height, I feel like I'm the shorter one when that's not even the case. I don't know. But whatever. I'm trying to get over that a little bit though. I really feel as if I'm trying to get over that. But all you can do now is take things one day at a time. Just like the world is taking things one day at a time with the pandemic that we are in right now. Although, I think things are getting better by the day. I really do think that's happening. I mean, my area is completely out of the orange and yellow zones. So, not completely, but, you know, we're getting there. Anyway, sorry if I feel also a little lethargic, but again, when I see my folks last night, that's when I wind up going to bed later than I ought to. And this really isn't any exception. Jeepers. Alright, so, where was I? Right, I was going to talk about The Masked Dancer last night. So, yes, I saw The Masked Dancer, and right away, one of the highlights of the episode for me was the special guest judge, which, they had. And it turned out to be one of my all-time favorite comedians, Whitney Cummings. She's really funny. Like, she's an actress, comedian, producer. She really has done it all. I mean, unfortunately, she's in that category where some things she's done have been kind of misses. I mean, I'm sorry, but who asked for that many seasons of Two Broke Girls? I ask you. Sorry, I never really did like that show. But I think Whitney Cummings embodied like what every fan of The Masked Dancer was. Like, she was like nerding out kind of on like who could have been upstage and who she was surrounding. I mean, she's like, I'm sitting next to Paula Abdul. She didn't actually say that, but it felt like she was like in awe of everything that was going on. And I'm not going to lie, that's how I would feel too. But, actually, her being as knowledgeable as she is, actually, wound up working in one of the funniest moments I think I've ever seen on one of these shows, where, she actually called someone who Ken Jeong thought was, I believe, the exotic bird. And that person had called, and obviously it wasn't an exotic bird, but then like, isn't that like cheating? It wound up being like the funniest thing ever. It was great. But yeah, in terms of what happened last night. It was the Super Six last night. You know, every single dancer on stage most definitely brought their A game. In fact, I'm actually watching this with my mom, and she and I are kind of on the same page about this. But the least impressive looking the costume is at this point, the likely you're going to get kicked off. It really has more over to do with whose costume looks the best. For whatever reason, like, my mom does not like the sloth. Not that the sloth is a bad dancer, she just doesn't like the costume design. And I'm like, Mom, maybe it's just because you don't like the costume design. She's like, yeah, maybe. Because the sloth was great. Who wound up getting eliminated last night, though, was the Hammerhead, which I can see why. Because, you see, at least the sloth is actually, like, lots and lots of, like, exotic, rainbow colors, kind of. The Hammerhead is just gray. There's nothing particularly wrong with gray, but gray can be misconstrued as, black, if you will. So, yeah, the Hammerhead was the contestant who wound up getting eliminated. And it wound up being Vinny. I gotta look that name up, I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, Vinny Guadagnino. I have no idea how to pronounce that last name. I am so sorry. But yes, a celebrity from the Jersey Shore who, again, wound up getting eliminated last night. Oh, my goodness. Man, I really gotta go to bed earlier. Or somehow, like, make sure I don't go to bed too late or something. I don't know. But, yeah, last night was a great episode of The Masked Dancer. And I really think the fact that The Masked Dancer was good last night, well, for starters, we went from being the Super Six to, is it the Final Five? I know Final Four is, what do you call the Final Five? I don't know. But we're down to 5. So now it's the Cotton Candy, the Exotic Bird, the Tulip, the Sloth, and son of a gun, who's the last guy? See, I'm so tired I don't even know anymore. On the Masked Dancer. Hold on. If I can actually find it. Hold on. And the Zebra, that's who's left. And I gotta say, everyone brought their A game, so it's gonna be interesting to see who winds up getting eliminated a week from now. I mean, I think it's probably going to be in the final 3, the Cotton Candy, the Sloth, and the Tulip. But we'll just have to see. Anyway, not much. Well, actually, there's quite a bit going on today. Totally Not Mark is doing another video on. He's been doing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's really cool. There's a new episode of Hot Ones today with Priyanka. I want to do this name right. I'm sorry. Priyanka Chopra Jonas. I almost said Priyanka Cypress Jonas, but that's not the word at all. But yeah, today's Hot Ones guest is going to be really exciting. Cannot wait to see what happens today. Don't really know what else to say other than, Zach on. And then we have the weekend, which I keep forgetting. This is the last Thursday in January. Well, it looks like there's a video I gotta get ready for. Like, favorite, chat, subscribe, and follow me, especially playing the notifications on YouTube. I'm here helping this video for all of you guys to watch the show for today. Hopefully you have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. Remember, if you guys want to talk or channel, listen to me here to London, and I'll always have you back. Take care and make good choices. See ya.